if you want that Vimeo reading for love, again, that's going to be over at my Vimeo address. I'll leave that link here too. All right, what have we got for you? First of all, I do have the sense that 3 of the 5 cups that are usually shown spilled in the 5 of cups are definitely it's created by an outside influence. Possibly 3 people in a relationship. Maybe you find out you're in love with someone who's already attached, already has a partnership. For some of you, it's also connected to your financial situation. Now, this is going to tell me possibly that what we've got here is a situation where there's already been a loss, a separation, a relationship where a possible outside interloper came in and drove a wedge between you and a partner. It comes through very much. This is probably a love situation. But we also have here that it's affecting you on a security level, affecting you at your earth level. Maybe part of the loss is someone has left you, either because they have found someone else that they'd rather be with, or it's you that's found someone else that you would rather be with. Feels to me there's a preference in partnership here. Someone has possibly departed your relationship or your situation, maybe in search of a more secure lifestyle. It feels very much that there is some kind of a outside influence affecting a relationship. And at this time, a lot of that reflection is around the financial status of this I don't know if it's a business relationship. I would like to keep it at that level. But there's something affecting this partnership on whatever level it is for you. First, let's look at the foundation. At the foundation, we've got the 3 of Wands. Someone here choosing, I think, quite noticeably their direction in life. Wanting maybe to change the cycles of their life, looking for a better future, something with more growth, more potential. Maybe because it is another 3, the 3 cups spilled, and the 3 cups of happiness, the 3 wands, the path to desire, the path to manifesting. And so I think someone may have left a relationship or a situation in search of a better life, in search of a situation for them where there was more growth, more possibilities, more possibility for happiness. For some of you, this is going to manifest in the decision to end the situation, which is what I'm really getting in current day, that the judgment day for this situation is at hand. So we see that someone is feeling the loss and one person is looking into the future, wondering what is there for me. Maybe they feel that they invested too much of themselves in your situation, or it's you that is departed and is now looking for your own outcome. The past, we have the cycle, which comes through on the world. It's karmic cycles, it's destiny. But it talks about destiny on a greater level. And for, I think, whoever it is that departed this situation, in search of a better life. I think that that's who the world is really representing. It talks about the possibilities in front of them, and it talks about seeing the world in a different way, maybe even exploring the world on your own. There's a very big sense that cycles are completing and loose ends are being tightened up, and old things that no longer apply have shown themselves, and now those things are being left behind, and what really feels to me as the loss here. But the cycles of life are changing, and things are opening up to you now. New possibilities, new potential. Moving into your present, we've got the Judgment. And so for some of you, there is a decision here that is being made. For some of you, it is going to speak to that ending that opens up the door for something new. It changes, so it changes everything. We know that with the Judgment card, this comes in on the wings of the Spirit, on the wings of angels. These decisions are made. So these are decisions that are out of your control. There are things that have to happen in order for progression in this life. They're the changes that need to be made in order to take flight and move forward. Now, what we've got here in the future comes with the Star. So many people are pulling this card up. It seems to be turning up everywhere. I think some of that may have to do with just the Aquarian energy. But it's full of emotion and deeply rooted desire. It's about healing. And when I look at the Star and I see her bathing in the river, and the river is healing her, and it seems that everything she touches is turning to gold. So in this healing, there is a sense that the outcomes, the future, feels more successful. I think that at some point for Taurus, everything that you touch is going to turn to gold. Now, it depends on who this is affecting. It's not going to affect everybody that way unless you're really resonating with this message. Now, first we want to talk about you. Taurus, it can talk about family growth. It can talk more to me as growing as an individual, developing, not just prosperity, but again, a sacred touch of growth and abundance that comes on the Empress. She's very much fertile. Anything that she comes in contact with is just going to grow and grow and grow. And that's why I get this energy of big growth around you, Taurus, at this time. Even though you're definitely a hardcore earth sign, I do have the Hermit here. I do have, I have a Gemini here too. And I have a Cancer. So I think you really have a lot of people around you who are willing to prop you up and support you on whatever it is that you need to do to make the changes in your life. There's prosperity, there's growth, there's abundance. I do see that the issue with the love partnership is up here. Now, the environment. The environment feels very much like it's changing. You may be looking at moving. You may be looking at changing your path in life, trying something new where something before didn't work. There's an energy of struggle. There's an energy of battle fatigue around this situation. So if you've been fighting with someone to maybe bring through some happiness, I think some of you have decided that moving on is better than being stuck in one place in a relationship that feels like it has its moments of struggle, in whatever that is, whether it's partnerships that have taken on affairs and lovers. Now, the lover can talk about a choice, a head over heart choice, or a heart over head choice, where emotions play more than logic into it. It can often talk about situations where there's more than one partner. I always get these readings, you guys, you know it. So when the lover shows up to me, it often speaks of that outside, heart over head decision that brings the judgment. It brings the choice. Do we stay in this or do we go? Do we try to find the harmony in the situation or do we leave it? Do we leave it behind for maybe a partnership and someone else to have some happiness? Sometimes it comes down to the blank ass truth. Am I going to be happy here, or am I going to be better off leaving the situation behind? Some of you are hoping for the vehicle, for the opportunity, for the chance to get away from this situation. Some of you are going to choose to stay with your heart. And if your heart is in this relationship, this is where you're hoping to be. Even if the other person may have strayed, you're more interested possibly in staying in the relationship and possibly fixing it. The outcome is the hermit. He studies, he analyzes, he reflects, he takes the journey. But sometimes he takes the journey alone. So maybe some of you have just been on a mental journey, trying to decide on what path to choose in this situation. Maybe you're just stepping back from the situation long enough to study it, be aware of what's really going on, and make a firm decision based on what it is that you uncover, based on the truths that you might find there. Whether you like the truths or not, some of you are going to choose to stay in the situation, to try to rectify the situation through love and through spiritual growth. So I think for some of you, even though a partner has left, a partner has strayed, you may have felt lost, you may have felt betrayed. I think that even though this cycle is wanting to complete, some of you may have one more go around with the situation. Some of you may just stick with what your heart tells you. Some of you are changing the way you feel in your heart. What does your heart believe from here forward? Is this worth giving it another try? Or do we search out the truth and let it go? Because maybe we have a better road ahead of us. Maybe that's what the light of truth is for here. Now, I'm not sure what this crazy message was for. Definitely for someone who is in deep contemplation of whether or not to stay within a partnership where there's been deception. I really think you are using all of your female energies to woo that partner back into your life. I think you're trying the nurturing touch, dinner on the table, clean clothes in the dresser, a fresh toothbrush in the stand. I think you're trying to pull out all of those nurturing behaviors to make this person feel that they want to stay. There's a lot of reflection going on here, and this thing can go in any direction. There's a feeling of staying. There's a feeling of absolutely, oh, F no, I'm out of here. I'm getting both. But their deception, for whoever this is talking to, there was absolutely a deception. It's all about the free will aspect, guys. Do you choose to leave? Do you choose to stay? Or maybe it's you. Did that person choose to leave you? Or are they choosing to stay and try the cycle again? Clarifier. 2 tens. For some of you, it's about laying aside a situation that weighed heavy on you. Whether it was a partner who cheated or you, who made that error, it's connected to the burden of that situation, but it's also connected to the family finances, to the growth of the foundation. Now, we have battles overcome, war-torn, yes, but this really feels like it's an examination of the time frame, an examination of this life that you live. The part that, yes, is a burden, and the part, yes, that speaks to the security. What is worth overcoming here? Which path is the righteous one for you to walk? That's what we're really asking here during this time period. So for some of you, for some of you it is about reflecting. It is about using this time to seek the truth in the matter that you might be resonating with here. Now, like I said, it could be a partnership gone bad, a family member that's having issues with deception, partying, maybe somebody is stealing your money to party on. There's deception here. There's a definite emotional connection here, whether it's women, whether it's booze, whether it's alcohol, whether it's affairs, whether, it's your mother cheating on your father, whatever it is here. I think we're using this time for Taurus to seriously reflect on what has gone. Because look at this. We've got all of this side from here on. I'm just so into this reading. I totally lost sight of the fact that we have major. This is so out of your control. It's sort of like spirit take the wheel. I can't drive this car no more. And so you're really asking for all of the spiritual support you can gather to make the right decision, but it's definitely a lot about reflection and decision.